ladies and gentlemen, to the Balance of Opinions podcast with your boy, E. Crush Glass, and my new co-host for the second episode.
Hi, I'm Free Law.
Hey, so today we're going to get into three things, okay? We're going to talk about the Kaepernick. We got a little video to show you. Then we're going to get into our top 50. And then we're going to talk about...
we're going to talk about money. Money. Making it, splitting it in relationships, and just kind of what that looks like.
Okay. All right. So, as you can see now, my brother is hooking us up. We're going to watch this little video. It's about 4 minutes. We might not take all of it. We might take some of it. Roll the tape, coach.
Saturday in Atlanta, Colin Kaepernick worked out for 8 NFL teams at a high school after suddenly deciding to move his workout from the Falcons training facility. Following the workout, Kaepernick spoke to the media but did not take any questions.
I've been ready for 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years. We all know why I came out here, showed it today in front of everybody. We have nothing to hide. So we're waiting for the 32 owners, the 32 teams, Roger Goodell, all of them to stop running. Stop running from the truth. Stop running from the people. We're out here. We're ready to play. We're ready to go anywhere. My agent, Jeff Nally, is ready to talk to any team. I'll interview with any team at any time. I've been ready. I'm staying ready. And I'll continue to be ready. We'll be waiting to hear from Roger Goodell, the NFL, the 32 teams. We'll let you know if we hear from them. Ball's in their court. We're ready to go.
So he says the ball's in their court, that he's ready to go. But, Adam, I think there was a lot of shock yesterday in how all this went down, how quickly it happened. What really happened on Saturday?
Well, let's give you a little bit of background here. Basically, Colin Kaepernick decided to shift the workout from the Falcons training complex really over one issue. He wanted to be able to film that workout, and the NFL declined to let him do that. He wanted to have what he believed was full transparency, the lack of trust between these.
So, I watch a lot of TV shows, or if I can't get them in shows, I get them in podcast form. This was debated on First Take like a week ago. Mm-hmm. They showed the contracts, and in the original contract, everything was good, but then the contract that they gave him for this workout, there was a section that they added that he couldn't sue them. I'm not a lawyer, do you know what I mean? But for me, if let's say I'm a contractor, right? You're a business. I've worked with you for years. Every year you have me sign this contract. But this is 1 year where I haven't had any work. You finally decide to give me some work, but you throw something else in the contract.
Caveat, yeah.
Right? That seems fishy. I don't want to sign it because, my lawyer's telling me, I'm looking at it saying,
what's that?
Because a lot of the times it's wording.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They leave room for certain things to happen, certain things to transpire. And I think that's what Colin Kaepernick was trying to avoid in this situation. How do you feel, per se, about just the general part of it right now that we're getting into?
Well, I think he's ensuring that he has control as well in this process, right? And he's doing what he feels he needs to do in terms of either changing the stadium to make sure that he has some control over that footage.
Yeah. Right?
Because he can't control what they put out or what they doctor. We all know editing is a thing, right? Or how they can twist and turn it. But if he has videos of the exact same thing or footage of the exact same stuff, that's his backing, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's looking for by doing that part. And to know that new contract with this added piece, well, I'm going to need to know why. Of course, what it is, but why was this now added in the end? What are you trying to avoid, or what are you trying to make sure does happen or doesn't happen?
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Cue it again, bro.
These two sides was evident in everything that occurred between them. And then later, after he canceled the NFL, then released a statement in part saying that Nike wanted to film a commercial, which Nike got upset about. And Nike called the NFL later and asked the NFL to retract a statement, which the NFL denied. So, again, issues between Colin Kaepernick and the NFL. Nike brought into it, didn't want to be. He moves to the local area high school, throws the football. the way he did. There were 8 teams there in attendance. The 8 teams there were the Chiefs, Jets, Eagles, Titans, Bills, 49ers, Redskins, and Lions. We'll see if that brings about anything.
Yeah, and one thing the NFL certainly wanted to say is that they had the Atlanta Falcons video crew ready to go and tape a very, as you would a normal private workout, and they were going to distribute that to all 32 teams. 25 teams were going to show up originally, and then this last-minute shift reduced that to the number you reported. What I heard back from teams that kind of watched it on live stream or either were there was that it's not going to change anything. In other words, this workout didn't do anything to change minds. Let's face it, the guy hasn't played in 3 years. Last time he played was January 1st, 2017, opted out of his contract. He's been available as an unrestricted free agent for 3 years, and nobody has signed him. And that right there has been debated forever. And nobody expects any action coming out of this at this point. And, oh, by the way, teams have been free to bring him in any Tuesday they want or anytime they want to try him out. So what happened yesterday that I heard from a personnel guy, actually 2 or 3, was that didn't think he helped himself with the workout, period. And number 2 is the mess that it created just reinforced in their mind that he's not worth bringing in as a backup quarterback.
So then what was the point? Why do all this?
Listen, let's face it, the NFL PR to me, the whole thing to me was messy. I mean, and I think other teams thought it was messy, but they were going to cooperate with the commissioner's office, send people down there, do their due diligence. But if they had wanted to do their true due diligence, he would have been in for a tryout long before this.
And I think teams knew that he could throw the football. There was nothing they didn't see yesterday that they didn't already know. But this goes beyond him throwing the football, which is right where we are today with him still trying to find work.
Yeah, it's a tough situation all around, and it seems like both sides have just dug in even further. The complicated thing is both sides can't be telling the truth. If you look at both statements, they conflict with each other, and that's the hard thing to figure out on the outside looking in is what's really going on.
My thoughts on this whole fiasco, this whole situation is it's been 3 years. Mm-hmm. They didn't want him in because he was kneeling. From listening to other people's opinions on the subject, from all these different angles, nobody is wrong and nobody is right.
That's right.
So one side says, well, he wears the pig socks, he's kneeling, the owners don't want to hurt their bottom line, people don't want to see him on a field, he's not that good, and that, like I said, that's the one side. The side doesn't want to. The other side is saying he's being blackballed because he's standing up for something he believes in, that people need to understand that, okay, he didn't break any rules. He didn't break any laws. Like, there's no rule in NFL saying that he had to stand. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? He didn't make a big, fuss about it, but wearing the Castro shirt. Just a lot of the stuff that he did was bad. The messaging was there, but he didn't disperse the message the proper way for everybody to be able to digest it. Right? I mean, you look at the workout there, right? He's wearing a Kunta Kinte shirt, so people are like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah. Yep.
What the fuck? You're gonna come in here with that? But it's like, okay, you heard a statement after, right? Stop running. So Dwight Howard, a writer that I listen to on Bomani's podcast, he goes, so okay, let's say he showed up with a Nike shirt. They still have the same statement. Like, stop running. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Listen to what the man says. Y'all been denying me. We're here. Da 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 da. Then he starts calling people up by names. Right. Stop running. That's a typical it's like I'm trying to fight. Like, what's
it's antagonistic,
right?
For sure.
If he didn't say that, because I believe that the reason why he's not signed is because he's not showing obedience, black obedience. He's not willing to bend all the way for the check and the glory of the job. He still wants to be himself.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the NFL, the way that they did him, everybody else that was doing everything else is still in the league. He's the only one that's not in the league, right? What they did was they wanted to make an example out of him.
Yeah.
So they said, you can't eat at this table no more. Mm-hmm. 31 of the different tables. Because the reason why he got out of his contract, they were going to let him go anyways. So he just didn't re-up. They said, we're going to cut you.
Oh, okay.
So his money wasn't guaranteed. So why sign to that team when he can go out there and look for other employment? But because of the kneeling, the Castro shirt, some of the stuff that he said, the pig socks, that's why teams wouldn't touch him. It's not that he's a bad QB. I mean, even right now, he could be a backup. There's no way he's a starter right away. Nobody's going to be that good.
After not playing for 3 years.
Right? But imagine if he had a 3-year run. He sat down for the rest of this year, half of next year, something happens. Or, they want to make a different direction to find somebody, who can keep them in playoff contention or, long playoff runs, keep the butts in the seats. Because that's what it's all about. I mean, the NFL is all about money.
It's a business.
And how they look,
Yep.
Like, look at Ray Rice. I don't condone anything he did. But you gave him, I think it was like 6 games. You knew he punched his wife. He admitted to punching his wife.
Yeah.
You knew all this stuff. But the minute the video came, they're like, yo, banned for life.
Yeah, I think.
Right?
Well, and
he
I think.
punched his wife regardless. He punched his wife, right?
Yeah.
His wife got socked. Correct?
Yeah.
All right. So, it don't matter how he socked his wife. He socked his wife. Like, there's no...
If hands or butts, yeah.
It doesn't matter if he took a tire iron. Dude, he punched his wife unconscious. They knew that. It wasn't, he punched his wife. They knew exactly everything that happened. Argument, the fighting, him losing his temper, and literally lunging and knocking her into the next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
The video made you suspend him for life, project? Like, man, why didn't you just do it the first time? Why did you wait for... They're very reactionary, right?
Yeah, and I think this is them coming from a PR perspective and a business, Those butts in the seat also are the people that are paying this money, and they're like, well, we don't support domestic violence. So now you guys have to do something and show us, or else we're not coming back here. Right? If there was no video or uproar, Ray Rice would have been, probably just fine.
That's what they're doing to Kaepernick.
Yeah. And now all these other teams are seeing him as problematic, and is that what we want for our team?
Instead of, what can you do to help us to win?
Yeah.
Because there's murderers that come back.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who've had DUIs and killed people in car crashes. There's people that have done domestic violence, and some of them were still playing. So what did this guy do so wrong, aside from kneel and have bad taste in clothing? Literally.
Yeah.
Kneel, speak his truth to power, if that's what you want to call it, or his truth about what's going on, which the NFL players, backed him on, and some of them got it, like the Ford family in Detroit. They said, yo, stop kneeling. Whatever you want to pay for, whatever you're willing to get into, we'll pay for it. Just stop kneeling, please. That had to be part of the goal, no? To get money, to get awareness to these things, right?
Right.
So he's the godfather of that. I mean, even though the players like Malcolm Jenkins and them got the agreements done, he wasn't in the league. He was the catalyst for that. Like, he was the starting point.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think the NFL starting point of like, yo, because why else would he not be in the league?
Do you think it's because the topic, the reason why he's kneeling? Because if it was a kneel for something else,
maybe cancer or some shit. But check
right,
this out. The owners look at it like it doesn't affect them. They don't know anything about it. So you're using the platform that we use to make money to get our shit popping, and you're taking it for yourself, which we have no problem with.
Right.
But you're out here doing this instead of coming and talking to one of us first. And then now you're into this mind state of, if you just do what we ask, we'll help you. We'll help you.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, I mean, and Kaepernick didn't help himself. I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh, he did everything right. But no one does anything right.
No, that's right. That's right.
And if you have a distrust for somebody, you're going to move certain ways.
Well,
like, you know,
self-preservation and protection, right? Yeah.
He got the contract on Wednesday, and then I guess they didn't get back to the NFL until Friday. Right?
Yeah.
Or the day after Friday. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's just a fucked up scenario. I mean, I hope Kaepernick gets a chance, you know?
Oh, yeah, because his ability, I think the whole situation now, his skills and his talent and his actual game, it's all overshadowed. By this. And now it's not, like you said earlier, let's get him on the field because he can play. Right? All of that is lost.
Yeah. But he should have known that when he did what he did. But we'll dive into it, you know, maybe 2 weeks from now. See where it's at.
See where it's at?
Yeah. Right now, it's been like 2 weeks. He hasn't been signed. Do you know what I mean? Don't know if he'll ever get signed.
Right.
But we're going to get into this top 50 list now. For me, it's my 50 top rappers. For her, it's going to be musicians.
It's going to be a little bit of everything, and it's my top 50-ish.
Yes, these lists are subject to change. We will have others on with their top 50, and we will debate and we will argue on them, okay? So, you want to name your top 50 first? Or you want me to
I think you should go first, because I'm going to be honest with you. Mine aren't in numerical order at all. So, whatever I say is number one may not necessarily rank as number one.
Okay.
And I have a lot more than 50.
Mine's going to go from 50 to 1, okay?
Okay.
So 50 is Drake, 49 is Mac Miller, 48 Cannabis, 47 Nipsey, 46 Q-Tip, 45 Corrupt, 44 Stat Bundles, 43 Jeezy, 42 Mos Def, 41 Guru, 40 Missy Elliott, 39 Sean Price, 38 Royce da 5'9", 37 Cameron, 36 Prodigy, 35 AZ, 34 Busta, 33 Mace, 32 Eminem, 31 Freddie Gibbs, 30 Fabulous, 29 Pusha T, 28 Redman, 27 Method Man, 26 Talib Kweli, 25 The Game, 24 Ludacris, 23 T.I., 22 Bun B, 21 Snoop, 20 Common, 1950, 18 J. Cole, 17 KRS-One, 16 Black Thought, 15 Big Pun, 14 Big L. I know I got the bigs back to back, but you know where the other big is, okay? So relax, all right? Ghostface Killer, 13, Andre 3000, 12, Kendrick Lamar, 11, Jadakiss, 10, Scarface 9, Lil Wayne 8, DMX 7, 6 is Jay-Z, 5 is Rakim, 4 is Ice Cube, 3 is Nas, 2 is Biggie, 1 is Pac.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this list will change. I have some honorable mentions, but I'll get into that after she drops her 50 and we'll debate those.
Okay, so I'm just calling them out. Remember, they're not in an order.
Okay.
Okay, and don't judge me. Okay, so I have Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
I have both Big Boy and Andre 3000.
Okay.
I have a group, De La Soul, and the Goody Mob.
Okay.
Jay-Z, Scarface, Nas, Tupac. Sorry, I'm leaning over.
That's okay. She's just trying to get her list right.
On the dinosaur. Shut up. I have Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Okay.
Raekwon.
Mm-hmm.
For the Only Built for the Cuban Links. I loved that album.
Everybody, that's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Yeah, I have B.I.G. Notorious, of course. Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
But my love for him started on Supreme Clientele, so it was a little bit later. Mos Def.
Okay.
But then also the Mos Def Talib Kweli
collaboration.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I'm talking more albums, I guess.
Okay.
At times, I do have Guru and DJ Premier.
Okay, so Gangstar.
Yeah. All of the Roots. Just the Roots, period.
Okay.
Ice Cube.
Okay.
Mobb Deep.
Okay.
KRS-One.
Okay.
UGK, so Pimp C and Bun B.
Okay.
Black Moon.
Okay.
Black Sheep. Caveat is that I just turned 17 the end of September 95. So some of my music is... Yeah,
Hey,
stop doing the math.
Yeah, you already heard me. I got some oldies in there, man. And don't worry, I have some honorable mentions I'm going to be adding to because I'm going to be swapping people out. There's going to be more I'm going to add in. I just have to sit down and think. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. I have LL Cool J until about 99. And then it changed for me. Eminem, Redman, Eric B. and Rakim, Souls of Mischief, Common, Brand Nubian, Diggable Planets.
See, those were my debatable.
Arrested Development. I have DMX, EPMD.
Another debatable.
Yeah, okay. Capone and Noriega.
Another debatable.
Method Man, Big Pun, Missy Elliott, the whole Flip Mode Squad. Does that count?
That's like 50-50 for me on
Is
that
it?
one,
On Flip Mode? Okay.
Yeah. The flip, because I hate to stop you in the ears.
Nope, that's okay.
And, you know, you didn't stop me in none of mine, so I think you kind of consent with mine. Mine seems balanced. And it's just my opinion. But, you see, with that
there were some one-hit wonders in there. But as a collective, they had their moment. No? You're not feeling it? Okay. AZ, Cassidy. No? Not even?
Cassidy, he's a debatable, but he's not. Because, you know what? Because of the battle rap, I'd have to probably put him in.
Okay.
Because of the battle rap. Because he was like one of the most known rappers for that. Like, Cassidy came on as a battle rapper, Rough Riders, all that. So, like, you know what I mean? Swiss Beats is backing him. There's footage of him torching people, and you know what I mean? So, like,
So, for battle rap,
he's a rapper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's a rapper. Like, he's that guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I could put him in there. It's just the whole Flip Mode Squad. Like, I'm telling you, they just... It's so, like, because I like Raw Digger. Split Star's okay, but, like, they just didn't put out enough for me to be like,
okay,
I fuck with him. Like, Busta, there's no doubt Busta's in my top 50.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like where I placed him, he's in the top 50. There's no debate about that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because remember, there's DOS Effects who tried to sound like Busta, but they just sounded... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Busta Key with that fast, that slow. You know, he was never like that gangster rap.
Yeah, no.
He was that laid back, cool, like New York nigga that's like, yo, you know, we'll turn up, but we just here to have fun. You know?
Yeah.
Just chill. But go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, where else? I have Lil Wayne, Common. I do have Kanye West on mine.
I can't do Kanye.
No,
Listen,
Kanye.
The only album that I believe that was him is Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Right.
My favorite album of all time with Kanye's. I felt like that was Kanye. Like, it wasn't even, there might be, you know what I mean? Not saying that he had ghostwriters heavy, but it's just the to know that somebody had somebody write something for them.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
It irks me. You know, that's why I have Drake so low, because I'm like, somebody called, even though you did give the credit to dude, why you got ghostwriters for, bro? Like, you're supposed to be on it. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be on it. If I found out Jadakiss had a ghostwriter, bro, I'd probably have a heart attack. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Keel over. Done.
Okay.
Let me find out one of my favorite rappers, like, have an actual ghostwriter. That could, there's evidence, there's things, like, it's, bro, I can't, no.
Well, that changes your whole perception of them, right? Because it's like, you're not...
And you know what? Missy Elliott probably has some people write for her, but she's a dope female. She made music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you have, like, I would have put Lauryn Hill there, but it's just like, I'd rather put the Fugees than just Lauryn
Hill. See, and I had the Fugees at first, when I first started, but then I was like, well, no, maybe just...
But you see, that's the finish is we're going to go into the top 5 rap groups. And she's going to have to go off the top of her head, her top 5. I got
that's impossible. Right, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. So, a little bit newer. Chance the Rapper. Vince Staples. I like Travis Scott. I do. Cameron, 50, Fab.
You hear that new mixtape? She goes through, oh boy!
And I put Rick Ross on here, but it's for the production. I love the production.
I could put Rick Ross in the top 50. The thing with me is there's so many other rappers that were greater than him.
Yeah.
That I just need a little bit more of a catalog. If you can give me 3 more years. Music,
fair enough.
He's in the top 50.
And then
the whole CO thing and shit, that's corny, but he makes music. And that's the thing, though. That's why I have Drake 50. Like, I'm not gonna Drake it being your number 1. Nothing is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Drake belongs in the top 50. Great entertainer. I don't know what he wrote from when he didn't write. I'm just gonna slate it all with a gray slate and say everything you did. If it's 100, we putting that like 65. You take your 30 away off the top.
Fair enough. Yeah.
30% discount to their fraudulent ways. You feel me? I'm not into that shit, man. And then he just cool with it. But that's the age of rap that we live in right now.
Yeah.
Snitch 9's gonna come out, and there's gonna be some people bumping this shit. And I'm not gonna do nothing to them. But there might be some people out there that might do some shit to some people. Like,
right.
You out here promoting ratism? Like, ratatouille ass nigga? Like, you crazy? Nice. Where's your Ninja Turtles? Where's your Ninja Turtles at, Splinter?
Yeah. So that's most of my list. I'll leave the rest because they're not hip hop artists by any means. But I'm pretty sure that was more than 50 as well. Yeah. But.
Okay, so I got my honorable mentions here. Pharomonch, Eazy-E, Chuck D, Slick Rick, Kumo D, Big Boy, Pimp C, Sticky Fingers, MF Doom. MF Doom, I didn't really listen to like a lot of his stuff, but most of the stuff that I've listened to it bangs. Mm-hmm. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Gucci Man, Big Daddy Kane, and Styles P.
Oh, Styles P. I forgot.
You see what I mean? But I couldn't put Styles P in there because I'm like, I want to keep it rappers. Now, I got my top 5 rap groups, okay?
Okay.
Number 1 is NWA. Number 2 is The Lox. 3 is G-Unit. 4 is Wu-Tang. And 5 is UGK.
Okay. What about Souls of Mischief?
See? That's what I'm saying. So you need to start coming. What's your top 5, man? What's your top 5?
I didn't do top 5 groups.
Just off the top of your head, man. Come on, you can't give me good...
Okay.
You can revise your 5. Don't worry.
Yeah. Wu-Tang, for sure. UGK.
That's 2.
Flip Mode still.
I'll give you. No.
They're a conglomerate. That one doesn't fully count.
Exactly.
Outkast.
Okay.
I would say Outkast is probably gonna.
So it's 3.
Yeah, that's 3. I don't know. I think I might stop at 3. For now.
You gotta give me
Fugees.
Okay, there's 4.
And then.
Come on, man. Bang them out. You in the gym right now. We working out.
Mobb Deep.
Bang. There you go.
Okay.
And the list can change. That's not. But this is. I'm just saying, like, you know, rap groups that give you a feel like DMX. The reason why I have DMX so high on my list, I remember him because like when his album came out, some shit happened in my life that was like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just that album is Dark in Itself so impacted me.
Okay.
Through life. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
His Great Depression, that album, a lot of people sleep on it. I love it. It's like, just, you know what I mean? That's why I have my guys, certain guys. So Lil Wayne is his catalog. Like,
yeah,
you can't deny his catalog. I don't like everything that he did, but his catalog. Tell me who's gonna be it.
Yeah. So here's a question for you: when you're determining even just a decent artist, what are you looking for? Like, what are your criteria?
Okay.
We know definitely that they write their own stuff. Is a must.
Listen, it should be, but you can't guarantee that everybody on the list doesn't have some. You know what I mean? Not saying that they do. Do you know what I mean? But you just, that's my criteria. That's the first thing that comes off at. Okay, is there anything like really staying in them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where like you can say like, yo, B, you're not. Like Royce the 5'9", the reason why I have him on my list, he's grown as a lyricist. He's grown as an artist. He's grown as a man. He's grown as an entertainer. Like he's an all-around package right now. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's doing too many shows, but the music that he's putting out is fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Why leave somebody like Lloyd Banks out? Lloyd Banks is like one of the illest. And he's going to be in the honorable mentions too. Illest rappers, like the punches, the cadence, like he's just Barsmith, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it seemed like he didn't get out enough. Like he was pushed, but people just weren't.
Yeah, they weren't.
More to the G Unit, the 50, the Buck, the Game. Him and Yayo like fell off.
Yeah, in comparison.
Yayo knew he was good. 50 said, "I got you for life. Like as long as I'm breathing, you eating good. Like you're good. Just don't go crazy." You know what I'm saying? Lloyd, I think, was just on a whole different wavelength of like he's just trying to make this music, and then he settled down, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Kids are like he's just like, yo, you know, I enjoyed my life from this time. I'm not quoting him; it's not verbatim. It's just, you know what I mean. He was just saying like,
I'm ready to.
He's ready to like hang it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the top three things would be when I heard them, how far they got through that career in sustaining, we'll say a B grade for the quality of music, and their impact at some point in time.
Okay. So
everybody on my list has impacted hip hop in some way, form, or fashion.
Okay.
And they also were able to do it on a global. Like, it's hard for me to say those names and people see this episode and they don't know any of the people I'm talking about. Like, Stat Bundles, his career was massive. And even Chinks, like, I think Chinks is one of the greatest too, man. But it's hard to put him in the top 50 because his catalog...
he's
not from the Biggie time where, like, not everything was on TV and, like, Tupac and Biggie were, like, the biggest thing, you know what I mean, for me growing up. You know, I went back and checked on Kumo D and those guys. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say that they didn't have an intricate part in how hip-hop changed. Everything's evolutionized, right?
Yeah, I mean, has there ever been any artists that, as they've grown in their careers, then you're like, I can fuck with them now, as opposed to before when you were just like, meh. Like, that's a no.
I'm trying to figure out here, man. Hold on, let me look through this list and I'll just tell you. Because I know... I'd have to say probably... Maybe... It's hard, actually, because the list I'm looking at right now, like... Maybe, you know what it was? I'll be fair enough in saying maybe... Well, actually, no, Sean Price.
Sean Price?
Sean Price.
Yeah.
I love his energy and stuff like that, but... I guess I just wasn't coherent to his style.
Okay.
In the way he put the words together, and... Do you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just weird. Some guys, like, you hear him like this new... England rapper Dave. I've heard a couple of his songs. I'm like, like he's a British rapper. He's been in some TV shows and shit. But it's just like, the sounds nice. But anytime I listen to like a British rapper, they all kind of sound the same. Like he's a New York rapper.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They all kind of like they don't sound, but it's just the boom bap. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just like if I already listen to 5 niggas like that. I want to hear some of this. Like, I don't just listen to just, you know, like Little John and Eastside Boys. Those guys could be a top 5 rap group. Even though they were, like, this big. Yeah. Bro, crunk music was running the world. People were going mad at those things. I don't get off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is there any rappers you know of that you've listened to that you've seen? And DMX grew too. Like,
by far, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got to grow with him, right? And that's the thing. That's what ties my list into. I grew up on 99% of that list, where at some form of time it was pumped heavy on me. I may have picked it up, I may not have picked it up.
Yeah,
you know
but the music was relevant for you in your life, right? Yeah. I would have to say, there's not too many hip-hop artists that I was like, no, I didn't like them and then picked it up later.
Yeah.
I was usually kind of like, and wasn't really open. But one of the groups for me that I really enjoyed growing up with has to definitely be Outkast. But also, too, I like the flair and how colorful they are with their words and their presentation and the storytelling that they do. And then that kind of gets me into...
Dungeon Family.
Yeah, exactly. Dungeon
like,
Family and Goody Mob and that, right?
That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, any rappers you think you left off the list?
Oh, yeah. Probably tons of them. Well, I'm glad you actually got me to do this list. This forces me or gets me to go back and listen to the music that I used to love. And also, yeah, really... Because I want to give them a space, like a proper numbered slot, even though I know I can change it. I want to find out for myself, like, who is my number one, at least for now.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so...
I mean, Tupac and Biggie, I think forever until the day I die will probably be 1-2. You can swap them. I'm not going to argue that. Because Biggie was the fat nigga that made it cool to be rapping. Like, the swag. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tupac didn't have, like, the heavy lyrics, like, oh, yo, that's dope what he said. He was just trying to tell a message. You know what I mean? He was trying to tell stories and shit. That's why Nas is 3 for me, too. Because Nas is a great story. Can't Pick Beats were shit.
Yeah.
Horrible. But if you listen to the lyrics, and that's the thing, though. Lyrics nowadays don't mean as much as they did in those times.
They barely
so it's hard for me to even, like, put certain people like Freddie Gibbs. That's a nigga definitely, like, I'm telling you, people don't understand, like, that nigga is ill. Just, you gotta take him in, you know what I mean? And just really listen to what he's saying and his growth within his albums. It just, you know what I mean? And now he's making music with more fun, so he's got a little bit more melodies now. And,
okay.
Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it is. Rappers go through stages and shit.
Yeah. You know I think you have to, even just as an artist. If you're just doing the same thing repetitively, it's going to get dry. Because it was great in album 1, but we're now at album 6, and it's pretty much the exact same thing, Taylor Swift. Then